to me.
Information, news, and entertainment on demand.
WSRadio.com.
Moe's Guitars is the proud sponsor of Girls Talk Rock. Over 35 years of helping girls and guys rock. Moe's Guitars, M-O-Z-E, guitars.com.
Welcome to Girls Talk Rock, where the musician's creativity finds its voice. And here are your hosts, Tracy Smith and Beth Venus.
Where is she? Don't worry, we're going to start.
Hi, Beth Venus. It's another episode of Girls Talk Rock.
Girls Talk Rock on a Wednesday evening here in the beautiful month of June. And I've been looking forward to this particular night of chat for quite a while. We are on today. Let's see if somebody can guess. Well, I'm going to say the quote, and they're going to know who it is. But this quote is from our guest today. Daisy Rock is doing whatever it takes to help girls play guitar and enjoy music. Who's that guest? Who is it, Trace?
Well, I've also got to tell you that she's a woman that this is her favorite line, leveling the playing field.
Ooh,
when it comes to girls and guys playing rock music and with rock guitars. She's also a 15-year girl guitar revolution. What was that?
She is, because, let's just say it today. We have Tish Ciravolo.
Tish, are you there?
Tish, are you here?
I am here. Hello.
Excellent.
Tish, we've got to hug and say hello to you since NAMM in January back in Anaheim. Wonderful to be on page with you again today. How are you on this beautiful summer day?
Oh, it's really beautiful up here in Burbank. Yes, I am so glad that you guys invited me on.
It's the best.
A beautiful summer day here.
Yeah, we're very excited to have you because you're really one of those visionary women that we love to talk to on Girls Talk Rock. We're all about giving the females a voice in the industry. And, man, talk about a voice in the industry. That's exactly what you are and what you do, a breath of fresh air.
Oh, thank you so much.
Anybody who wants to look up, we're talking to Tish today for the next hour here on Enter Talk Radio. And you can look up Tish and everything about her that we're going to be talking about and more on daisyrock.com. And this is her company, and this is part of her vision. And Tish, we're so excited to explore you as a musician, as a business person, and really just as an inspiration to men and women in music. So
that's correct.
Let's get this party started, huh?
Yeah, so what we want to do is go on to your early days and find out. We found out that, you're really a big-time musician that's done a lot of really big-time things in music itself. So we want to get to the early days of Tish the musician. Tell us all about that.
Rocking and rolling and being cool.
Oh, come on. Let's go back to the 7th grade when I had a huge crush on Sean Cassidy. And I was so convinced that if I learned how to play guitar, that he would totally think I was really cool and then want to go out with me.
There it is.
Awesome.
I love it. And, and there we are back in 7th grade and thinking about going over to Guitar Center or going over to whatever your, Al's shop.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot that are made for women. There's a lot of skulls. And there's a lot of really heavier than sin pieces, especially if you're a bass player like Tish. Was that, something you remember as well in those early years, being, holy cow?
Well, I got to tell you, like I said, I started playing guitar because I had this huge crush on Sean Cassidy, and I knew that somewhere down the road, if I knew how to play guitar, he would think I was really awesome. And then I saw Susie Quattro as Leather Tuscadero as a bass player on Happy Days.
There you go.
And that was like my first impression of a girl actually playing bass because there were no television shows back then that had female musicians.
Nope.
It just a handful of girl bands that played. There was nothing out there as mentors to watch to say, oh, I'm a girl and I can do this. So, that was really an exciting time, though, because it was like what I call like the transition time, right? You have this late 70s, early 80s, the Bangles hit, the Go-Go's come out. I see the Go-Go's on Saturday Night Live for the first time going an all-girl band. I had even no idea what that was because I grew up in a really small town in Northern California, and that was like, oh, my God, they're girls. They're all playing their own instruments. That's an amazing thing. And then you get out into buying instruments or getting your own instruments. In fact, the first time I went to a music store, I went with my boyfriend, bought me a bass. It was between my boyfriend and the guy behind the counter that decided what bass I should get, because girls didn't go into music stores.
Right.
And
right.
It was just like you were just like this odd thing if you were a girl. It was always, to me, when I was in bands, it was always, who is your boyfriend in the band?
Yep.
Are you the agent? Are you the manager? So
Are you the girlfriend?
Didn't go into music stores. Yeah,
Right,
it was always like, who's your boyfriend?
Well, that takes me back to
And,
those awesome days of like the midnight special where you would watch all the huge stars come on there, but you didn't really see a whole lot of females in the band actually playing the instruments. They were usually like the lead.
Or the dancers.
Yes, either the dancers or like maybe the actual singer, but you know.
But you know that,
exactly. They were always the singer. But, you know, you did have
Right.
Nancy Wilson from Heart. There were these, like, lights in all
Right.
of that kind of
Right.
idea, timing of girls that actually play, that you would actually see that could play, you know, Joan Jett and the Runaways. But, you know, that's the 70s, and then you get into the early 80s, and all of a sudden it kind of starts to explode. But
Yeah.
living in Los Angeles in the early 80s and playing in, I probably played in over 200 bands in L.A., from pop and punk, alternative. I ended up in a heavy metal band.
girl.
You know, there was just a handful of us, and I got to tell you, there was a lot of complaining, a lot of, you know, people just not happy with how female musicians were treated, the fact that there were hardly any of us out there doing it. And, you know, as girls, we'd all sit around and completely complain about it all the time, and rightfully so. I mean, I remember going to a sound check and just having the guy go, "No, we're not going to sound check. You guys are the girl band. The girl bands usually suck." And
you're
just
like,
stand
"Oh,
there like, "Whoa,
are you for
wait a
real,
second,
dude?" Yeah.
This
Well,
so sad.
tell me when the transition, because you know we're talking about it, and how playing professionally. When you've played in over 200 groups,
No kidding.
That is a heavy vetting for any artist. And you
Yeah.
know, there's artists from all different ages. And actually, Tino, the manager over here at Intertalk, and I were just kind of talking about this before the show. There's so many people who are so experienced, who have played with so many people, and they'll give you their resume. But really, what that does is it gave you a vetting and a working knowledge of what you needed and what the artists around you needed. I mean, like firsthand, you didn't have to hear about it through some marketing, you know, study. You were right there in the trenches, you know, walking the walk and trying to figure out what would make it work for women in music. So what do you think
Right.
changed?
And then to get into bands in the 80s, you know, there was the Music Connection or the Recycler, and then, and very rarely was it called for girl bands. You know, it was or girl musicians. So if you were a girl and you showed up, except for there were some cattle calls that I went in that were always for girl musicians, and you'd show up and there'd be 5, 6 girls, you know.
Yeah.
Just girls just didn't do it. And it's one of the things that I've always said about my guitar company. Imagine if there was a girl guitar company in the 60s. We'd have a Janice Hendrix. You know, that's just how it is. It just didn't happen till later on in this music industry that we're in.
And bringing
Right.
up the acceptance, I can't say enough, you know, again, Tish, you know, you're at the forefront of this and really making the difference to say that women ought to be accepted. You know, this acrylic ceiling, I always say it's not a glass ceiling, it's like an acrylic ceiling. And you know, it's just a little harder than glass. It's really hard to break through. What did you see as a musician and, you know, in playing where you saw maybe a slight transition where women were started to garner some respect for actually being capable musicians and not just eye candy or like a novel additive to what was going on in the industry?
I don't know if there's a pinpoint. I know what my personal experience was. You know, like I said, I played in a lot of bands in the 80s and early 90s. And then, of course, I started the company. But before I started the company, you know, my daughter had done this drawing of a daisy.
Yep.
And this was like 98, 99, 2000. I was pregnant with my second daughter. And you know, there was a transition starting to happen on television, and a lot of that started to happen with Hannah Montana. And, you know, and in fact, Miley Cyrus on the first season of Hannah Montana, she plays a Daisy Rock guitar where she does this really sad song to her mother, Brooke Shields, who had died of cancer on the show.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, before that, I keep going back to the fact, and I tell my kids this, like, it was really common not to see girls on television playing guitar. And that, to me, is how we changed society's idea of a girl playing guitar, is that you put it out in the media like it's a normal thing to do.
Yep.
So my kids have grown up with this idea that girls play guitar not only because mom owns a guitar company, but because they've been implemented by the media. They see it on television. They see it in film. They see it in Freaky Friday. They see, oh, girls play guitar. Like, that's a normal thing to them. That is not the way we were raised. That is
Right.
not what happened in our society until about 2000 and after that. Now, to, say, what kind of accomplished musicians are they? I know that I've had my guitar company 16 years now, and I've had girls that started with me when they were 6, 8, and 10 that are very accomplished musicians today that would have never been inspired to play a guitar if they didn't see a Daisy Rock.
Yep.
So that's really heartfelt when I hear those stories.
Oh, that's amazing, too. And I just need to let you know that I've got my 9-year-old niece here today, and her name's Lily. And she wanted to get on air, and she wanted to ask you a very specific question. Say hi, Lily. Hi. Oh, is her mic
Yeah,
up?
right in
okay,
there,
good.
Lily.
Go ahead. Ask your question to Tish.
How do you come up with your designs?
Well, I really have to channel my inner 9-year-old.
Awesome.
Right? To decide what's going to work.
It really started with a drawing from my daughter, and when she did the daisy, then, of course, we were like, well, we have to do butterflies and stars and hearts. There's a lot of Lucky Charms behind that idea, and that's what I was raised with. But then you want to do, I had girls, and I had girly girls, but I also had girls that maybe they loved pink, but then they didn't love pink, they loved purple. Then they didn't love purple,
Right.
They loved blue. So I didn't always want to have everything be so girly because I wanted to have that alternative, dark girl's,
Yeah.
favorite guitar that she would want to play too.
And be
But
taken
it's from
seriously.
girls like Lily that have sent me letters and ideas and said, I'd love to see this. This is what really like a ladybug. We just came out with a ladybug, and that's from a little girl saying, I have a ladybug named Lala.
And let me
I was
see.
like, oh, that's got to be a guitar.
Yeah, she actually loves that ladybug, by the way. She's been looking at your catalog, so I'm sure we're going to be ordering something soon. But hold that thought, Tish, because when we come back, we're going to talk in the second quarter about everything that shapes, styles, profile, fit in your hand. We're going to go into all that kind of good stuff. We're going to get into Daisy Rock Girl Guitars Company. So hold on 3 minutes. We'll be right back.
Are you serious about your music? Are you ready to run with the big dogs? The experts at Pitbull Audio have the gear to get you into the game. From leading manufacturers like Mesa Boogie, Fender, Pioneer, and American Audio. To sound your best, you need the best. Pitbull Audio can deliver in rehearsal, on stage, and into the big time. Dropping beats, shredding guitar, or making the crowd roar. Whatever you dream, Pitbull Audio can help make it happen. We are Pitbull Audio. We want you to play it loud. PitbullAudio.com.
Thank you for listening to WS Radio. Improve your business and your life with useful information from experts and thought leaders. WS Radio is radio with ROI.
You may have heard me brag about Progressive Medical Center and just how much they've helped me with my health. And Dr. Goley, one thing that you have helped so many people with is migraines.
Unfortunately, there are millions and millions of Americans who are suffering with migraines and headaches, and they're debilitating because it affects the quality of their life, and they cannot function properly. At Progressive, we get to the root cause because we understand that migraines could be caused by nutritional deficiencies, hormonal imbalances, believe it or not, delayed food sensitivities. And once we determine what the real reason is, we put a plan of action together with medication that we get them off slowly, and we put them on an all-natural approach, and the results are amazing.
Incredible. I mean, there's so many people that can say they don't live their lives with migraines anymore thanks to Progressive Medical Center.
And that's what's exciting and rewarding to us as physicians because we help our patients take control of their health, and that's why they're living well.
Why don't you get a hold of Progressive Medical Center today? Don't live in pain. Don't have migraines anymore. Just go to their website, progressivemedicalcenter.com.
This is your life. Live it well.
Hey guys, CS Keys here to introduce you to San Diego's #1 health meal prep provider, Fresh and Fit Meals. With over 40 menu items to choose from, several pickup locations all over America's finest city, made and delivered fresh, never frozen. Save on time and money. Super convenient and improves the quality of your life. Just visit the website, freshandfitmeals.com, for all the menus and the pricing. Or give them a call at 858-805-5949 for more details. Remember, you are what you eat, so you might as well be fresh and fit with Fresh and Fit Meals.
Hey, it's Catherine from Listen Local Radio. Moe's Guitars has proudly served the San Diego music community since 1975. Specializing in guitars, basses, mandolins, banjos, and ukuleles, they buy, sell, trade, and consign. If you're looking for lessons, repairs, accessories, and cool gear, you found the right place. Located in downtown La Mesa Village, stop by and check out their digs or visit moesguitars.com or their Facebook page. mozeguitars.com, 619-698-1185.
Hi, this is Rob Barnett, VinVillage.com, where wine lovers connect. Be sure to tune in weekly to Vin Village Radio for exclusive, in-depth interviews with the who's who in wine and food.
information, news, and entertainment on demand.
WSRadio.com.
Moe's Guitars is the proud sponsor of Girls Talk Rock. Over 35 years of helping girls and guys rock. Moe's Guitars, M-O-Z-E, guitars.com.
Welcome to Girls Talk Rock, where the musician's creativity finds its voice. And here are your hosts, Tracy Smith and Beth Venus.
All right, we are back, Beth Venus, and we are back with an amazing visionary woman and a brilliant musician in her own right, Miss Tish Ciravolo.
Yay! Are we getting a copy?
Daisy Rock Girl Guitars, go girl.
We're returning back with, talking about her business life. But
we are.
You were going to mention a sponsor real quick. I
was just going to give a shout out to Moe's Guitars because I'm not sure if Moe's Guitars carries any.
They ought to
line of Daisy Rock Girl Guitars, but we're going to talk to them about carrying a line of your guitars. So
they should. I'm going to shit on them.
Hey, let's do it. Let's do it.
Well, Tish, since you founded Daisy Rock in 2000, you've had over 200,000 guitars sell, and for all you listeners out there who are creating your own line, that's a huge number to get past. And more importantly, I think it's really cool that you're in 26 countries worldwide. When did you know that this company was taking off, Tish? What was the epiphany moment for you?
Oh, wow. I think I'm still having it.
Nice. That's brilliant.
That's a big deal, 26 countries.
It's just been such a journey, and I've had so many people believe in the concept of it. Yeah. So let me I can take you a little bit through when I started it. Because, my husband is president of Schecter Guitars. And,
Schecter.
It's
good.
Right, and that's exactly what they say is, these things are in your life for a reason. So when our daughter did this drawing of a daisy, and I took him the drawing, and I said, we really should make guitars for girls. He knew exactly what I was talking about because he had seen me as a female bass player go through these basses that I couldn't play. That one that I'd gotten from that first music store, I'd had to take it back the next day and say, this is like a gigantic baseball bat, and I'm not like a sweet little cute, 5-ish girl. I'm like 5'8". I'm solid.
Perfect. I think that's the perfect.
We like 5'8" solid girls.
Isn't 5'8" the perfect size, Tracy?
I don't know. You're 5'8". I'm 5'3.5", but whatever. I need the Daisy Rock because it's a smaller design.
Right, but what I'm trying to say is I'm not super petite, but I still couldn't play this P bass that I was given. It was just so dynamically huge, and so my husband had seen me, I'd returned that one, and then he had actually made me a bass early on in our relationship when he was trying to impress me.
Nice.
Beautiful. That's awesome.
And so when I took him that drawing and I said we should make guitars for girls, he knew exactly what I was saying. And so we said, well, what is that? What defines a guitar for a girl? Because here you have a guitar, and a guitar is a guitar is a guitar. This is the wheel. This has been created.
Right.
This is already working. There's girls that play them. They're not playable. It's just that it didn't work for me. And so we decided right then what we really wanted to do was launch a girl guitar line that inspired younger girls to learn how to play guitar. Because we were like, if we, having this encounter at a music store, walking into a music store, not having a feeling like I belonged there, not having a feeling like there was anything for me to buy there, I knew that that's where we needed to start it.
Yeah.
And so
that's such a good note that you say, Tish. It's huge.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Well, I was going to say, I run a music studio, and we have rock band camps, and when we're recruiting students to, attend the summer camp and rock band camp and all that, there's nothing better than a Daisy Rock guitar hanging on your wall for that little pianist or for that other singer to see and say, oh, could I do that too? And it has been a huge inspiration just to feel like they could get their foot in the door and even go to a camp when they see that is something. I mean, I've seen it firsthand happen, like right before my eyes, so many times. You don't have to play the little black skull guitar, honey. You can play that Daisy guitar or that sparkly pink one, and they want to get to it. It's very inspiring in a very immediate way.
Yeah, and it's how their brain works already.
So I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I'm like, I'm seeing that exactly what you're talking about, right in the studio, right in action. to get those girls
I'm so
inspired.
glad because I've had that so many times in 16 years. But, when we created this guitar, now my husband's president of Schecter, right? So we had to make sure that this guitar totally kicked butt. It couldn't be like you picked it up and went, oh, it's a toy. Oh, it's plastic. Oh, it's, it had to be like
legit.
Every guy that's picked up this guitar has went, oh, my God, this totally kicks my butt.
Exactly.
And that's what Beth, and that's what Beth and I were talking about before the show is that, any little girl that went into to say the Kmart or the Walmart back in the day and they bought that little cheap toy guitar, that was what was always in their mind as far as, well, maybe this is what I have to play or settle for because I really don't want to do the Black Skulls and I don't want to do, some girls do like the Black Skulls if they're into punk and all that, but I'm saying as far as it goes, in general, you just don't want that toy. You want to pick it up and feel that it's a real instrument that is yours, that speaks to you and calls out to your audience when you're playing it.
Calls out.
More important.
My band a couple of years ago I'm a pianist, and I was doing some more rhythm guitar, and they got me a guitar, and it's a Daisy Rock. It's like they only made like 600 of them, I think. It's a seafoam green. It's beautiful. And
it's custom. The retro age.
I got that baby, man. They ordered that for me. I picked it out of. I think there was an article on it. And lo and behold, that's the one that all the guys want to play.
Yeah.
Every time they come in.
That's right.
And we've got a wall of guitars. And the one they go to is that they're like, that's pretty. And then they pick it up and they say, oh, dang, that thing plays fine. Can I borrow that tomorrow night?
So my next question to you would be then is, are you creating or have you created a line for men, even though you're Daisy Rock creating girls for guitars? That's our question.
Oh, that's so funny. There's already been boys' guitars.
Right.
Right. Well, what I'm asking is, do guys come to you and say, I want a custom-made Daisy Rock girl guitar? And if they do, how do they design it or how do you design it with them?
Okay, so first of all, the custom is not a conversation that I have because I don't have a custom shop. I'm not a guitar company like Schecter's, which has a huge... But what's great about what you just told me about your seafoam green guitar is that that's the phenomenon that I deal with all the time, and people don't understand it until I'm at a dinner with 300 guitar guys, and I'm the only woman in the room, and Jimmy Page walks in and asks me to join his table because I'm the girl that makes the Daisy Rocks, and he's a big fan. He's got 9 of them.
Yep.
Nice. See?
That's the moment where you go, what did I create? Because, here it started with, I'm going to make cute daisies for little girls. And this phenomenon happened where guys said, oh, my God, this is the coolest thing ever. This is the newest, coolest. Because I'm doing all the fun colors. I'm doing, the pink sparkles and the seafoam greens and the white pearls. And it's not the typical stuff you see. So that's why I get a lot of these guys that just pick them up and go, oh, my God, this totally kicks my butt. This sounds great. This totally is great,
Yeah.
And it's amazing to me.
Well,
of course, I have people like, the guy from ZZ Top that just totally wants to play a butterfly because he thinks it's super cool to see a butterfly on stage.
Cool,
and I love that,
right?
too.
That's right. And so I was wondering, is there of course, there's got to be a weight difference in the type of wood that you use versus your everyday guitar that all the other makers make, right?
We call it lighter in weight. Now, that doesn't mean that we don't make our guitars out of the same kind of woods that everybody else. But one of the things that we do is channeling, where we channel some of the inside of the body. We don't make a completely hollow body, but we're always looking for something that's just lighter in weight. There's nothing worse to me than a 9-10-pound guitar.
Oh, man, literally.
That being said, there's only a certain amount of wood that you can get to make guitars out of, or it's just going to be crap, So,
right.
But we're doing the basswood and the agathis and sycamore just like everybody. This is all the same. We're all in the same business together. This is a small industry I'm in, but I'm just taking that extra. I'm making it an extra lighter. I'm making it a slimmer neck profile. Most guitars are 42 millimeter nuts. We're making ours 40. It's just like this slight tweaking that just makes it easier to play and easier to balance on your body.
Now, I know you guys have the Daisy Rock, the DRG line, which is for more advanced and professional players, or, maybe a little more fitted to somebody who's been playing for a while. And you also have your debutante Daisy Rock line that is for, more the fun, playful beginner styles. I can't help wonder that you haven't had some professionals want those debutante styles in the DRG line. Has that happened?
Right, and we do the crossover, and I'll tell you why we have to do. Some people are like, well, why is it not Daisy Rock? And it's a really good question because I'm the only girl guitar company in the world and that means that I'm the only girl company for all demographics. So we want something that's a little bit more fun and friendlier, and like the shapes and the debutante style. And then we also want the DRGs, because not every girl, especially the 40s and 50-year-olds, don't want something that says Daisy on it. They really want something a little bit more hardcore.
Yep. They want
and I've been that girl, and I still am, so I understand it. But yeah, so I get some really odd requests. You're right about that.
I bet. Well, we've got a one, I guess, from your debutante line also on the wall in one of our studio rooms. And when we do our recitals and showcase, I've got one guitarist who's been with us for a while. He's really great. He toured with a band called Phoenix TX. He's just a really cool guy. And I'll be darned if every time he sits down to accompany one of his students, he picks up the bright pink, sparkly Daisy rock guitar. And I ask him, are you making a point? He goes, no, I just love this guitar. This is the one I like to use when I'm here. So it really does transcend through men and women. But what a joy to have Tish here and talk about what we're doing for the empowerment of young girls, get them started at a young age, and then move them right up so they are playing well into adulthood. And whether it's for fun or professionally, so much more to talk about. We're going to be going into our break right now. Another 3-minute commercial, Tish. Oh, my gosh.
I know. This show's going so fast.
But we are going to come back, and we're going to be talking about the combination of the artists that are using your guitars. And there's a huge list of wonderful celebrities and entertainers that use Daisy Rock, and where it's going for us regular people here playing what couldn't pick up in the industry.
Yeah, so keep everybody hang out for 3 more minutes. We'll be right back, but I just want to give a quick shout out to Enter Talk Radio. Enter Talk Radio is our company that allows us to talk every day on Girls Talk Rock on the radio. So we'll be back in 3 minutes.
On the internet, your business's reputation can be unjustly destroyed in an instant. Don't wait for that to happen. Building and marketing your 5-star reputation can increase your business by as much as 19%. Take control of your reputation and have the 5-star reputation you deserve with Reputation Marketing Solutions by DSI Development. Become the go-to company by visiting 5starrepmarketing.com. The number 5starrepmarketing.com.
Hey, it's Catherine from Listen Local Radio. Moe's Guitars has proudly served the San Diego music community since 1975. Specializing in guitars, basses, mandolins, banjos, and ukuleles, they buy, sell, trade, and consign. If you're looking for lessons, repairs, accessories, and cool gear, you found the right place. Located in downtown La Mesa Village, stop by and check out their digs or visit moesguitars.com or their Facebook page. mozeguitars.com, 619-698-1185.
Help them.
First of all, we have to acknowledge that pain is for real, and you've got acute pain and chronic pain. Here's the problem. That acute pain turns to chronic, which is long-standing, and no one's getting to the root cause. There's several key diagnostic components that help us get to the root of what's causing this pain. Is it inflammation? Once we do a thorough evaluation to get to the root cause, determine if it's structural or if it's a metabolic issue. And this way, we put an individualized program for pain management involving correcting the spine, using certain injections when necessary, and we get our patients out of pain quicker, and they stay out of pain because we teach them how to live their life well.
Don't let yourself live in pain any longer. Get a hold of Progressive Medical Center today at progressivemedicalcenter.com.
Progressive Medical, this is your life, live it well.
Hey guys, CS Keys here to introduce you to San Diego's #1 health meal prep provider, Fresh and Fit Meals. With over 40 menu items to choose from, several pickup locations all over America's finest city, made and delivered fresh, never frozen. Save on time and money. Super convenient and improves the quality of your life. Just visit the website, freshandfitmeals.com, for all the menus and the pricing. Or give them a call at 858-805-5949 for more details. Remember, you are what you eat, so you might as well be fresh and fit with Fresh and Fit Meals.
Time. talk to me.
Information, news, and entertainment on demand.
WSRadio.com.
Moe's Guitars is the proud sponsor of Girls Talk Rock. Over 35 years of helping girls and guys rock. Moe's Guitars, M-O-Z-E, guitars.com.
Welcome to Girls Talk Rock, where the musician's creativity finds its voice. And here are your hosts, Tracy Smith and Beth Venus.
All right, we want to give a quick shout out real quick to our sponsor, Moe's Guitars, because today we are talking to a brilliant guitar builder, artist, founder, owner,
empowerment person.
Totally. We're back with Tish.
Tish.
I just wanted to go into this. That Daisy Rock has become the guitar of choice by famous professional musicians and artists from across the musical spectrum, including, and we want to give this list because this is really important, Avril Lavigne, Joan Jett and the Runaways, Hart, Ann Wilson of Hart, and Nancy Wilson. Veruca Salt. Everybody knows Veruca Salt.
Oh my
Killer
God,
band.
such a fan.
Miley Cyrus. Look at that. I mean, so we could go on and on and on. The Go-Go's, Vicki Peterson of the Bangles, Lisa Loeb, Wanda Jackson, Dolly Parton even. I mean, when we were reading this list, we were like, Dolly Parton plays a Daisy Rock girl guitar, or someone in her band does. Because does Daisy actually play, or Dolly actually play?
That girl rocks.
Okay.
Yeah.
I always remember her as a 9 to 5 kind of thing.
She's the
as
bomb.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so we're back with Tish. Tish, tell us a little bit about some of the artists that you are that either you're endorsed or endorsing you or cross promotion, or what are we doing here?
Some of these great
Well,
artists.
I tell you, we have over 600 artists for Daisy Rock Guitars, and I'll tell you why we do. This is because I believe in the power of support, and I believe that girls should always support other girls.
That's
and
correct.
so when I have an artist that comes to me that says, I want to get an endorsement with Daisy Rock, I am not like the Fenders and the Gibsons of the world. I don't say, well, how good are you? Are you good enough to play a Daisy Rock? That is not what my life is about. That's not what my energy is. I am all about supporting girls. So I have girls that can play 3 chords, and they're playing, which is so amazing to me. And then I have girls that are out on the Warped Tour. So it's the full spectrum, and it will always be. It is exactly what I have based my company on being, is that we are here to support girls. And the more girls that go out and play guitar, the more girls that see them play guitar, then we all win in this situation.
Correct.
So that's why we have so many artists. But, like I said, you can go on to daisyrock.com/artists, and you will see there's a full spectrum. We've got 8, 9, 10-year-old girls. You were talking about rock camps earlier. We support and have since the rock camp started in 2001 with Misty McElroy launching the very first rock camp for girls. Every year we supported rock camps, and every time there's a girls' rock camp out there that's gotten in touch with us, we give them a free guitar. We do a scholarship for a girl to go because, again, it's in the trenches. What you guys are doing are in the trenches to teach these girls how to play, and that is amazing. But, yeah, I mean, I can rattle off names all day long. And we were talking about boys earlier, and I got to tell you, one of my favorite boy stories is Robert Smith from The Cure. He was one of the very first fans I had, and the Newsweek called me, and they wanted to interview me, but they wouldn't do my interview because I was not famous. And they said, do you know anybody that's super famous that we could talk to? And he's the person that my husband knew that said, I, of course, would talk to them in support of Daisy Rock Girl Guitars. And he did. He gave the Newsweek interviewer an interview. The guy was a crazy Cure fan. And then Robert was really kind because then he wrote me a poem
you kidding
to
me?
tell me how much that he loved his Daisy Rock guitar. So, I mean, it's just like I said, when I say it's all over the spectrum, it really is all of these really, funny, cute, inspiring stories from every facet of the music world.
That's amazing. I like how you touch people.
And it makes such a difference because, we were talking about the rock band camps, and, we've talked about on the show before, piano is my first instrument. I'm really comfortable on the piano. I teach piano. But I love it when the young girls and the older girls too want to try something new and pick it up. And I think sometimes they're very intimidated for whatever reasons because the guys are acting like it just is running through their blood. And when they have a natural knack for it, wow, that is just really fun to see in person. and then all of a sudden have what was that band that was the kids that we had? They were so cute. They were the Toxic Bunnies. Look out for the Toxic Bunnies. That's an all-girl band we had at the studio, and I love me some Toxic Bunnies. And they do play Daisy Rock guitars.
That's awesome.
Hey, so, we have all the, if an artist wants to work with you and get that endorsement, do you have a standard form online that we can send them to? We have so many musicians listening to the show, and we want to make sure we direct them. Like, hey, what are you looking for? Independent musicians, indie musicians, like you said, young girls just starting out. What is there like a time of year or a protocol or a line of information they can follow? What's the step to becoming an endorsed artist with Daisy Rock?
Right, that's the beauty of it is there's really not. They just need to send me an email, and that's tish@daisyrock.com. And as simple as that is, and it seems like, oh, you would really get flooded with stuff. I love that. This is what we're doing. This is why we do what we do.
Awesome.
And there's not. To me, I mean, the Toxic Bunnies could send me an email tomorrow and get an endorsement with Daisy Rock. That's what it's about. Because then, even if they're not really famous, or even if they're just known in their garage in their neighborhood, they're supporting Daisy Rock, and I want to support them in however I can. So every band I tell the same thing. Send me photos. Send me Instagram accounts. Send me Twitters. Send me your Facebook. Send me and feed me anything that I can throw out to the world and say, hey, look at this girl. She's playing guitar.
Ah, that's so great to hear. You just you really, yay, empowerment to just get it going and be on board. And, to our listeners out there, this is something that's really been acknowledged on a broader scale. If you make your way over to NAMM, you have been the recipient on the receiving end of some really great acknowledgments over there. For those of you who know the National Association for Music and Merchants, but they have the Museum of Making Music there, where they have their museum, which I told you is in my hometown of Carlsbad. And you were part of their oral history over there, receiving the Goddess Magazine's Trailblazer Award. Tell us about that.
Oh my gosh, I was inducted into the NAMM Museum in 2006, and that's like your Oscar. You know what I mean? That was the moment when I went, oh yeah, I went into a museum because I created something that had never been done before, and it was a touching moment. Wanda Jackson played, and I gave a speech. And it's there for they bring all the kids and all the Girl Scouts, and they all see it. And every year I get letters from people that actually see that guitar in the museum. It's had such an impact on my life. The Guitar Blazer Award was amazing to get. I also got a She Rocks Award, which is Laura Whitmore does, Women in Music Network, and she does the She Rock Awards every year at NAMM. I was the first time they did it, I was their first award giver. I was amazed that she went from like this really cute award ceremony with about 50 people in the room for the first year.
Yeah.
And then this last year, I think she had 1,000 people in the room.
We were
there.
That's
awesome. Yeah, we were there this year.
I've been there. I'm one of those crazy ladies who were there from the start, just going, this is so cool, because the rest of NAMM is kind of a guy fest. And you go into the She Rocks Awards, and you're like, this is where I belong.
Correct.
Right, and it's exactly what I feel like at NAMM. I dress up my booth, and I'm in pink fur and chandeliers and
we love
carpet,
your booth.
and this is we're talking about, like, this is where the girls need to go. You know what I mean?
All right.
And so I'm glad that Laura took that next step with that and said, and here's the show for the women. This is the show that congratulates female musicians, and I'm partnering with her this next year at NAMM. We're going to do some wonderful things together because it's only going to get bigger. That's the thing that I've been in this business long enough to know in 16 years when I sold my first guitar and was like, okay, I sold two. I doubled my sales.
Yay, right.
Okay, now I have to say,
it's only going to get bigger.
That's amazing. We cannot wait. I tell you, we can't wait. Now, Lily, my 9-year-old cousin or niece, has one more question for you, real quick. Go ahead, Lily.
Okay.
What is your favorite guitar that you designed?
Well, I got to tell you, I'm a bass player, so I sure do love my Rock Candy bass. I mean, it's just
her Rock Candy. There you go, Lily. Rock Candy.
My Rock Candy bass, and that bass weighs barely 6 pounds, and every bass player that plays it, every guy that picks it up goes, oh, my God, this is amazing.
Yeah.
And, of course, it's got great pickups, and it sounds amazing. Yeah. But, there's a little bit about the Heartbreaker. When I see that Heartbreaker guitar, and I've seen it on stage, I have this really great story about Prince's guitar player the last 2 albums ago, played the entire album with a purple heartbreaker with one pickup in it because of the fill of the E's with the neck, and he absolutely loved it. Sent me an email, loved the guitar, and that's the moment that you go, yeah, it's the coolest thing. When Prince says it's cool, of course, then it's
cool.
That's cool.
Hands down. That would be like one of my coolest. Well, you have that wonderful communication with someone like Prince, who's just a legacy artist on all levels. And you keep those things. Do you still have the drawing that your daughter made you that inspirational day of her Daisy?
We did. It's in the NAMM Museum.
It is what's in
Wow.
How do we miss that?
Yeah.
Dude, next year when we go, we're looking at the NAMM Museum.
Well, we were just there, too. Oh,
Yes.
my goodness. We were just
We're
there
looking
looking
at
at the sets. I always think those are the little things that you just want to keep and love and hold on to. I didn't want to let this segment go by without also just saying you've had some other wonderful, you were a Searchlight Scholar Award with the Women's Executive Leadership Summit, Wisconsin School of Business. So this is not just about somebody who is making guitars and playing music. I say just. Running a business is a lot different than being just a musician.
That's correct.
And I want to make sure we go into the next segment and really just kind of really talk about running a business, because you're the woman's woman. You are doing it all. You're getting to rock out and kind of be the lady in charge, and that's not easy to do.
All right, so we're going to ask everybody to hold that thought because we've got 5 seconds left in this segment. We're going to come back to the next segment. I want to give a quick shout out to Studio at CCMA, which is Beth. That's her brick and mortar.
Hip, hip.
If you need lessons or anything like that, you got to hit her up, North County. Also, we just want to talk about Silver Tiger Production because we're doing it. We are totally doing it. And just get ready for big, big, big stuff when it comes to Silver Tiger because we're all partners in that. All right, hold on 3 minutes. We'll be right back.
Hey, it's Catherine from Listen Local Radio. Moe's Guitars has proudly served the San Diego music community since 1975. Specializing in guitars, basses, mandolins, banjos, and ukuleles, they buy, sell, trade, and consign. If you're looking for lessons, repairs, accessories, and cool gear, you found the right place. Located in downtown La Mesa Village, stop by and check out their digs or visit moesguitars.com or their Facebook page. mozeguitars.com, 619-698-1185.
Has your business been appified? Are you tired of doing marketing that doesn't deliver results? Mobile apps build loyalty and quality retention. Your app from UPG Mobile puts your business on their mind and at their fingertips. UPG Mobile will give you a custom app highlighting how you are unique, targeting your message, and improving your open rates. Appify your business and amplify your presence with your customers at upgmobilemarketinggroup.com.
Are you serious about your music? Are you ready to run with the big dogs? The experts at Pitbull Audio have the gear to get you into the game. From leading manufacturers like Mesa Boogie, Fender, Pioneer, and American Audio. To sound your best, you need the best. Pitbull Audio can deliver in rehearsal, on stage, and into the big time. Dropping beats, shredding guitar, or making the crowd roar. Whatever you dream, Pitbull Audio can help make it happen. We are Pitbull Audio. We want you to play it loud. PitbullAudio.com.
I raised $8,000 to build schools for South African children. After realizing how many people go hungry in San Diego, I now volunteer at a food pantry.
I'm spending the next year doing volunteer projects across 3 countries and helping in ways they designate to be the most helpful.
The World Link program at the Joan B. Kroc Institute for Peace and Justice recognizes the potential of youth as agents of social change. Learn how you can help youth become a generation of leaders in action at peace.sandiego.edu.
You've heard me bragging about Progressive Medical Center and how they've helped me feel so much healthier. But one thing, Dr. Agoli, that a lot of people come to you with is just unexplained pain. They just can't get any relief. Why can Progressive Medical Center's Pain Management Center help them?
First of all, we have to acknowledge that pain is for real, and you've got acute pain and chronic pain. Here's the problem. That acute pain turns to chronic, which is long-standing, and no one's getting to the root cause. There's several key diagnostic components that help us get to the root of what's causing this pain. Is it inflammation? Once we do a thorough evaluation to get the root cause, determine if it's structural or if it's a metabolic issue. And this way, we put an individualized program for pain management involving correcting the spine, using certain injections when necessary, and we get our patients out of pain quicker, and they stay out of pain because we teach them how to live their life well.
Don't let yourself live in pain any longer. Get a hold of Progressive Medical Center today at progressivemedicalcenter.com.
Progressive Medical. This This is your life, live it well.
Talk to me.
Information, news, and entertainment on demand.
WSRadio.com.
Moe's Guitars is the proud sponsor of Girls Talk Rock. Over 35 years of helping girls and guys rock. Moe's Guitars, M-O-Z-E, guitars.com.
Welcome to Girls Talk Rock, where the musician's creativity finds its voice. And here are your hosts, Tracy Smith and Beth Venus.
All right, we are definitely going out live today, and I just saw Tish give a shout out on Facebook. I'm alive! Yay, go Tish.
Well, for the
That's
past
amazing.
15 years, Tish Ciravolo has, brought Daisy Rock to made a big
pinnacle,
yell.
a pinnacle.
Well, it's a big,
Boom.
She's making a big sound on the scene because everybody wants a piece of this company. In terms of playing the guitars, in terms of being on stage with the music, you're a musician, so they can talk the talk with you. But you're also
and walk the walk,
running a business, and also running a strong empowerment message for girls and women.
Correct.
So let's see how does that connect? You're running this business. You have a big staff. What is the turnaround from getting started with a style, say like this Ladybug style, from the board meeting where you decide you're going to do it to getting it as sample in the showroom? How long does that take?
And then production and selling it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's a different business when people don't understand what goes into it, because there's the conceptualized idea, there's making it into a JPEG, getting a spec sheet, getting a schematic, getting it into actual wood, and then making it play really well. So those processes can take up to 4 to 6 months. And,
wow.
Getting a guitar from overseas into a container and delivered and set up and ready to sell, it's always a good 90 days to 120 days, and that's after you've made all the decisions about it. So there's a lot of sample process. We call it Christmas monkeys when they come in, because it's just so much fun to see when you go, I want something pink, and then you decide that there's 27 shades of pink and that they don't know the word pink really where you're sending your samples to. So it's been a ramp up for the last 16 years. But, we've taught a lot of the different factories. They go, oh, we just make you the Gibson, we just make you the Fender. We're like, no.
No.
That's not what we're doing.
So has any color pink come across to you and you receive it and you've checked it in and you're like, oh my God, look at this color, it's hideous, or oh my God, I absolutely love this color?
Well, the happy accidents do happen in the business, but when we try to get pink glitter in, and then all of a sudden we get a container full of something that I had to reterm the ruby red slippers because that was not pink, that was red. So you just try to make those happy accidents into something positive.
No, that's cool.
And for you, are you constantly looking at the release dates for? In fashion, of course, we have the spring season and the winter season and, all the different fashion seasons. For your Daisy Rock, are you guys really looking at the summer and January, like NAMM, big conventions for sales? Or is it just like when it comes out, you just release it and let it take flow on your own schedule?
Well, it's our typical line of defense is to come out at a winter NAMM show or a summer NAMM show with a new product, because that's where you're going to have hands-on and eyes-on the most.
Yeah.
Summer NAMMs I've done for years, and it's always a big Christmas sale for us. That's why we've done it on Christmas trees. I've dressed up like Mrs. Santa Claus.
Nice.
We've always tried to push the fact that that's where your dealers are buying for their Christmas inventory. Usually Winter NAMM is our big special blowouts. This is our everything new we're coming out with, everything that we've been thinking of all year. Summer NAMM's just like trying to really move the inventory out for the rest of the year. But, I just changed. I was part of Alfred Music for 13 years, and I have just changed. So I'm going to have some really big news coming out in the next month or so. And Winter NAMM 2017, you're going to see me in a different place. on the NAMM floor, and a lot bigger than you've ever seen me be before. So
Wow. And you know what?
watch out.
I'm excited to hear that because I was going to ask about publishers.
I was going to say, we can't wait for that, too. And also, Intertalk Radio is going to, we think, have our own place on the floor.
Are you kidding me? I want to be at the...
Yeah, so that's the plan.
You know what? If I had my way, I would just be over at the Daisy Rock.
No,
with
we are
Tish,
totally going to be hanging
if
out
I
over there. It
could,
doesn't
'cause
matter if we
that's
have
where
our
the
own on
cool
the floor or
people are.
not.
No offense, Tino, but like really, I'd rather hang out with Tish over at Daisy Rock if I could.
Officially, Tish, we can bring over somebody and have the ladies there at your booth if you like. So
that's what we
I'm
want.
jumping in right now.
Let's do it. Let's do it. You guys want to do a live broadcast from Daisy Rock Girl
definitely.
Guitars at NAMM? You feel free.
Yeah, Daddy.
We can make that happen. We can make that happen.
I like it. See, look at we just got that green light. Let's
That's right.
remember
We
that.
just got that green light.
Because it is such a beautiful booth. For those of you who don't attend NAMM, musicians listening, a great way to just explore and see. But your setup has always been really bright and really exciting. And I know I've got to see Lisa Loeb there a few times, just highlighting your products. And you give such a great interview. You're a journalism major. So, I bet has that come in handy in running your business and using it to really brand your company and what you have to offer. And how has that branding, shifted over the years, or has it stayed the course?
Well, I came out and I was the first and only and the original, and I still am the first and only original, but now I've done it for 16 years, so the brand is always just getting bigger, and I'm talking the talk and walking the walk. I think you said that earlier, and that's exactly what I've done. It's like I came out in the beginning and nobody believed in it. Nobody thought it was going to work. I had 1,000 guys walk by my first NAMM show and go, there's just no way anybody's going to come to my store and buy a guitar that's a girl. And then the girl that was with him or his niece or his, girlfriend would come, drag them back to the booth and go, you've got to buy this for the store. This is ridiculous. Well, that's, the next year I came back and then there was a wash of pink. Everybody had a pink guitar because they thought, wow, we'll paint it pink and we've got a girl guitar. Well, they all went away. I mean, they all came after me, but they all could not succeed with what I've done because I'm authentic. It's original. It came from a place of I wanted something better for me, not something better for the world. It wasn't like I'm going to come up with a marketing plan and this is going to be a company and I'm going to make money. It came from this problem that I had as a player, transferring that to my daughter and knowing that I want her to walk into a music store and be accepted. I didn't want her to have to deal with the stuff I dealt with, and that's really from the gut. That's very, organic.
And I was going to say, necessity is the mother of all invention. So Lily has something that she wanted to say last but not least. She wants you to come out with a specific line of guitars. Tell her what it is.
Emojis.
Did you hear that? She wants
emoji guitars?
She wants a line of emoji guitars.
I think it's a great idea.
Okay, so can I copyright that?
Yeah, absolutely. If you do, just send Lily a check every once in a while. She'll be happy.
Send us a guitar, too. That's a great idea, actually.
It's the Lily line of emoji guitars with Daisy Rock Girl guitars.
Awesome. That would be amazing if we could do that.
We're feeling it. Hey, these are the ideas that make the day.
That's right.
Hey, Tish, we're so excited. Of course, our last segment is our shortest, and we have to close with 4 quick questions that are known as our quattros.
Quattro questions.
So just a joy. We got to go to lunch and have lunch with Tish. So anyway, here we go.
Yes, please.
So Lily, do you want to ask your question first? Go. Hurry up. Get on there. So Lily was asking this question. If you were stuck on an island, what one food item would you bring?
Avocado.
I love such a Californian. Hey, if you were going to go back on tour right now, here today, what 3 female bands, either from the 80s or now, would you want to go on tour with right now?
The Bangles, the Go-Go's, and Elastica.
Oh, delicious.
Oh, God.
I love it. I love it.
Here is your next question. Stripes, circles, or single colors? What are you going with?
Single colors.
Okay.
Delicious. It's yummy. It's yummy. And, of course, I was going to ask, do you keep all the artwork for all the ideas you've gotten over the years and return back to
And
them?
we have 30 seconds.
Of course I do. I have every single thing that I've drawn or my kids have drawn.
Oh my
yes,
gosh.
of course.
You
There's the
gotta keep
vault.
it all.
We have the vault.
Those of you who
is
have been listening to this hour interview with Tish Ciravolo, we want you to know that you can reach her at tish@daisyrock.com. Tish is authentic. She's a musician.
Amazing.
She's a business manager, business owner, and you know what? Empowerment all the way for girls, for
positive
women.
Message.
We're Girls Talk Rock. We've had Tish Ciravolo of Daisy Rock
Girl
guitars.
guitars.
My favorite kind of guitar. Thank you so much,
We
Tish.
love you, Tish.
And Tracy, close it out for us.
Yep. All right. And we've been talking today on Girls Talk Rock on Enter Talk Radio Network. And absolutely, you lost me. Daisy Rock. Daisy Rock. DaisyRock.com.
Daisy Rock.
Thank you, Tish.
No, thank you.
Hey, it's Catherine from Listen Local Radio. Moe's Guitars has proudly served the San Diego music community since 1975. Specializing in guitars, basses, mandolins, banjos, and ukuleles, they buy, sell, trade, and consign. If you're looking for lessons, repairs, accessories, and cool gear, you found the right place. Located in downtown La Mesa Village, stop by and check out their digs or visit moesguitars.com or their Facebook page. mozeguitars.com, 619-698-1185.
Are you serious about your music? Are you ready to run with the big dogs? The experts at Pitbull Audio have the gear to get you into the game. From leading manufacturers like Mesa Boogie, Fender, Pioneer, and American Audio. To sound your best, you need the best. Pitbull Audio can deliver in rehearsal, on stage, and into the big time. Dropping beats, shredding guitar, or making the crowd roar. Whatever you dream, Pitbull Audio can help make it happen. We are Pitbull Audio. We want you to play it loud. PitbullAudio.com.
Hey guys, CS Keys here to introduce you to San Diego's #1 health meal prep provider, Fresh and Fit Meals. With over 40 menu items to choose from, several pickup locations all over America's finest city, made and delivered fresh, never frozen. Save on time and money. Super convenient and improves the quality of your life. Just visit the website, freshandfitmeals.com, for all the menus and the pricing. Or give them a call at 858-805-5949 for more details. Remember, you are what you eat, so you might as well be fresh and fit with Fresh and Fit Meals.
Take a break from politics. Tune in and learn something. WS Radio shows are worth your time and are filled with tips and advice. Add us to your lunch routine, and we'll give you a meal for your mind.
Do you want to be a professional coach? Are you in business trying to make a real difference with people you manage or work with? Have you started a coaching practice that isn't quite getting off the ground? Get the skills you need to be a successful coach today with the Coaches Training Program from Accomplishment Coaching. The Coaches Training Program will show you how to help others focus and be more fulfilled. Whether you want to improve your company's bottom line or create a thriving coaching practice, Accomplishment Coaching can give you the distinctions and practices you need to coach others effectively today. Accomplishment Coaching has spent 6 years developing a cutting-edge coaches training program that will have you ready to coach people professionally in just 12 months, and you don't have to take time off work to do it. To find out more about the Coaches Training Program, just call 1-888-548-6813. That's 1-888-548-6813.
Hi, this is Rob Barnett, VinVillage.com, where wine lovers connect. Be sure to tune in weekly to Vin Village Radio for exclusive, in-depth interviews with the who's who in wine and food.